All right. Okay. Um, can you hear me? Am I loud and clear? Okay. All right. I can see. Okay. All right. So, good evening once again. I hope everyone is good. Oh, I can see messages already. Okay, that's fine. Thank you for joining us today. And I can see quite a number of people with their messages. Um, Okay, great. Thank you. That's people telling me where they're from. Shola is joining from Spain. Wow, that's nice. I hope it's warm in Spain because it's getting a bit cold in the United Kingdom, but I hope it's warm in Spain. I can see Ayola is quite warm. Wow, that's great. That's really great. It's so good. I think I should be planning some winter getaway to Spain actually because it's sometimes you think you're prepared for the winter, but when it comes, you're just like, oh, I really miss the summer. So yeah, I envy you, Shala. There's Iola from Debbie. Oh, good evening, Iola. I was speaking to some Debbie people. Is it Debbie? They call it Debbie. Debbie. Yeah, some Debbie people today earlier from Debbie University. So it seems today is a happy day. But nice to meet you. Thank you all for coming along. I really do appreciate it. Thank you for coming to the Launch Lab. And I'm going to introduce myself in a few minutes. And then we're just going to start. So I'm just trying to bring up I have a presentation. However, this is just, uh, like I said, it's a working session. So it's not really as per teaching like that. It's just for me to offer you some cues and guidance about what we want to do. And also from there, we can begin to sort of work. So, yes, I hope you can turn your camera on, but no problem if you cannot. At least, I will need your voices and also you'll be participating in the exercises that we will be doing today as well. So, you're welcome once again. Um, so, it's now 10 past, so we're just going to go right into it and start. I'm just bringing up my presentation just to tell you a little bit about what we are going to do tonight and how we are really going to go uh, about it. Okay. All right, that's working fine now. For a moment, it wasn't working fine then. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to read it on the screen as well. Um, yep. Just bear with me. Okay, that's better. So please let me know if you can see my screen and if you can hear me. Can you see my screen? Can you hear me? Okay, I can see movement on the chart. If you see me looking sideways, I'm looking at my chart. Good, good. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Yes, so let's get right into it. So thank you once again, everyone, for coming. And this is the launch lab. All right. And this is very interesting because I'm going to tell you how I came up with this name, right? So I was preparing for Black Friday and I was trying to prepare my offer. And as I was preparing my offer, I was thinking about all the moving pieces I needed to put together and all of that. And I was comparing my preparation this year to my previous year's preparation, like the last 2 3 years. And I was saying to myself, you know what? It's obviously something has gotten better. And I was thinking, actually, this is one of the things that hold people back from actually launching their offer or even knowing what to do about their idea. Because my business have moved from idea stage into defining what my offer is, and then into promoting it, into selling my offer, into them preparing for huge sales periods such as the Black Friday, Boxing Day sales and things like that. So I've sort of evolved over time into preparing and planning and also everyday selling because we don't only sell products online. As online business owner, we don't only sell products at big sort of pocket holidays, but we also sell day in, day out. So I just thought, oh, this is something that would be good to actually share with others and also other people that are still struggling with their ideas or are still saying, you know what, I don't think anybody's going to pay for that because that's what we tell ourselves. We're so good at something that we don't think other people need it. We think some things come naturally to us and we just think, oh, I think it's too small a thing to make into a product. Well, I'm here tonight to tell you otherwise. And also, some people already have ideas. You've even bought domain names and all of that. But when you just really, you liked the idea of online business, but when you got into it, you realize that, man, this thing is not as simple as it sounds. So these are all the backgrounds, and this is where we're having the launch lab. So it's like a laboratory. We're going to be working tonight. So I've called it the launch lab. I said, plan, promote, and sell your digital offer without overwhelm. All right. So let's get right into it. All right. So for some of you, you know me. For the people that don't know me, my name is Tolulope. My friends call me Tolu, so you can call me Tolu as well. Tolulope, that means God be praised. Because people always ask me, what's the meaning of your name? So the meaning of my name is God be praised, right? So yes, I've been in this business since 2022, helping entrepreneurs, people generally, to actually turn their ideas to income. That's like the simplest liner for me. I help people turn their ideas to income. I realize that a lot of people have ideas, even 9 to 5, even people that are stay-at-home mom and all of that. But fear and lack of knowledge sort of normally hold people back. And also, people see other coaches doing things like this, and they think it's a very expensive thing to do. And really, it is not that expensive because it's stage by stage. And I'm going to prove that to you in a moment. But yeah, anyway, that's who I am. I help anyone that is trying to bring their offer to make money from their ideas. Yes, I'm your go-to person. Whether it is a course, it's a template, uh, is a consultancy, or is even a physical product, I help you to sort of bring the strategies in place that you need to do this. All right. And also another area that is key in my business is in my helping people realize that tech overwhelm is also a huge thing. So I help people with tech overwhelm, social media overwhelm. What should I post? How should I post? What should I do? Should I be posting all my life history on social media and things like that? I really help with that. So today is not really about me mainly. It's really about you and your ideas. So let's get right into it. I said, today is not a lecture, so I will talk, but we're going to interact because it's about your idea. I want you to develop it. You're going to sit on this space and work on it and develop it. So it's a co-working space. I'm just going to run a few more slides, just tell you what to expect, guide you, and then you're going to start working. And then once you start working, then you would then ask me questions, and then I'm going to respond to us. And that's why I sort of kept the group a manageable size so that I can respond to everyone. Now, bearing in mind that some solutions, depending on where you are, you might have to do stage by stage. Your solution might be a staged solution, but definitely, at least, I'll give you the the landing plane, the concept of how to really go about it. All right. So it's a co-working space, it's a strategy lab, it's where clarity meets momentum. So you're going to get clarity. Not only that, you're going to write something, that you're going to develop something, you're going to move. I want to move you to the next step of your idea, at least. All right. So like I said, launching can be very overwhelming and confusing. And when we say launching, that's another thing because not everyone here really understands that language or terminology. Launching means you have this idea and you're moving it from your head into something that makes you money. That's the process. That's what launching really means, to be honest. You're moving it into something that makes you money. And that's what launching means. And it can be very complicated depending on your familiarity with the process. For some people, it's this familiarity of how do I even sort of craft this offer. For some people, oh, I know what I want to do, I know where I want to reach, but how am I going to get people to buy it? For some other people, it's about, oh, okay, I get all of this, but the tech, how do I just even deliver? I mean, you see it in a minute. We're going to talk more about that in a minute. So, and like I said, this particular session of Launch Lab is framed around Black Friday. And why I wanted to just take a minute to talk about this seasonal holidays and stuff, especially Black Friday. Black Friday is something that has come to stay. And you would think that after years, people with the energy and the amount that people are spending will really come down. Like, okay, people will just say, I'm not buying, like it's a fad that is going to fade. Unfortunately, the numbers is telling us that it is not a fad. It is a fad that is not fading. I hope that is a bit of a rhyme. So this is a fad that is not fading for some reason. People are spending on Black Friday. And it even seems like some people feel like if they don't spend on Black Friday, what did you buy? What did you buy? There's a fear of missing out, FOMO, fear of missing out on buying something on Black Friday. And how does it affect you? Fine, as a user yourself, you're probably going to buy something. But it also shows you that people are more open to buying things at that period. And that means if they're buying things, they can buy your products. All right. And I feel like this is actually a good opportunity for people that have not been able to sell their products before at all, or not been able to sell it at a large scale. What happens is that for Black Friday, what happens is that at Black Friday, people are really ready to buy. All right. And Black Friday creates urgency and excitement because it's a period. It's like it used to be one day, right? But we now have Tech Tuesday, Tech Monday, uh, Giving Tuesday, and all of that. So it's like a whole week. But everybody knows that it is that period, Once it goes, then it's next year again before we run this Black Friday thing. All right. So I feel like this is a perfect opportunity if you've not launched anything before, or if you want to launch something, this is the time because the audience are less resistant to sales. You don't have to do as much as you would do at other times to like really convince people. All right. And also anything can sell. That's one thing I always tell people. There's no idea that is a stupid idea. It just needs to be refined. So you don't need a new huge audience. As somebody said, I don't have people following me and stuff. You don't need a huge audience. You just need clarity and a plan. And I believe that you can make that actually really work for you. So I just wanted to drop that Black Friday piece there because I see it as an opportunity. But generally, let's talk about tonight. So tonight, I want you to get crystal clear on your offer. You're going to sort of start working on it, and then later you're going to talk to me about it. And then I want you to map out your launch plan. Remember what I said about launch plan? That launching, for people that don't understand what launching is the process we go through from your idea in your head to money in your pocket. So that's what we call launch. All right. And then, you will get my feedback on, okay, what do you think about this and stuff like that. Uh, do the work and not just take notes. I know a lot of people have spent a lot of courses and documents and all of that. That's really good. You're investing, sorry, in knowledge, but I need you to use it. All right. So that's why tonight I wanted to actually use that. And I want this space to be that space whereby you can use the knowledge that you've gotten. All right. So step one. And this is where I want you to start taking notes because you're going to need it. I know all of us are in different stages, but I want you to take notes here so that by the time you start filling your stuff, you will have it. You can take a screenshot, you can take notes and all of that. So step one is offer clarity. Before you launch, you need crystal clear answers to these foundational questions. And I found out that I run digital strategy sessions with people and people tell me their ideas and all of that. I found out that this is one step that a lot of people don't do. They don't sit down to really clarify their offer. If they did clarify their offer, a lot of things would be smoother and easier because they would easily know who they need, well, what the offer is, who they are selling to, what resources they need to sell their offer, and it will be easier. So tonight, let's step one is offer clarity. Okay. So if you have an offer or you have an idea, replace that offer with an idea. All right. Who is your ideal customer for this offer? All right. Who is this for? All right. Let me use an example of there's a lot of menopause and perimenopause and all of that information. Let's say you are an healthcare provider or you are a gynecologist or a nurse in gynecology area. I had the idea that, I want to teach people about knowledge, about different stage of womanhood or different stage of things or different stage of, just using that example. Now, you have to identify what your ideal customer is. All right. Now, definitely already, once you start talking gynecology, your ideal customer, yes, their husbands may show them, their brothers may show them, but your ideal customers are women. All right. And most of the time, then you now need to clarify for that. Okay, these women, who are the people that really be interested? Is it women of childbearing age or women that are clocking 21 and thinking about childbearing, marriage, and all of that? So you begin to identify, you begin to say, who is my ideal customer? So already when you are doing anything, choosing colors for your brand, choosing messaging for your brand, uh, you will choose that in line with the fact that this is not for the male audience. So that already helps you to clarify what you are doing in it. I just use that example because that's a very broad like gender classification, right? But sometimes it's not as simple as that. It's not really gender. It's about people in a particular season of life, mothers that have toddlers. Depending on what your offer is. I just use the kind gynecologist to just to help you see how this sort of works. Also, uh, what problem does this solve? All right. So people want their problem solved. All right. So you need to think about it. Okay, let's go back to our gynecologist example. In the gynecologist example, they want to share this information. There's a lot of things that they can share about, but problem what is the pain point of their audience? All right. And that's another thing because your idea can be broad, like the gynecologist, they can talk about different things. But I know a pain point, for example, I'm not a gynecologist, but I can guess is women gaining weight or more fluctuations and things like that. So probably that's what they want to focus on. You don't want to focus on maybe your core area as a gynecologist might not be exactly how to dress and look fashionable. Do you see my point? So that will not be the pain point of your audience as it relates to your idea. I hope that makes sense. All right. So what problem does it solve? All right. Also, the next thing also is what result or transformation do they get by following you, by listening to you, by buying your product, by buying your services? What result or transformation do they get? And this one is the one I find that a lot of people flop over because for example, let's say the transformation isn't serious. They won't get, let's say somebody say how to gain self-confidence by losing weight. All right. Now, in that, somebody is going to have to lose a little bit of weight first and then gain self-confidence. But sometimes you are selling all of that at the same time. All right. So you have to put the transformation to be very simple, bite size. So it might be that when they lose the weight, lose 20 kg before Christmas. All right, that might be the transformation. Make it simple. Then you now say how losing weight, that's the further step, can increase your self-confidence. I hope that makes sense. We can ask more questions about it. Also, how are you going to deliver it? This is something that I found out a lot because there's so many. There's something I teach called online business formology. There is courses, there is digital templates, there is consultancy, and there's physical product. So which of this format are you going to be able to deliver it? Are you going to do a mix? Are you going to do an online course? Okay. Are you going to allow people to download ebooks? What are you going to do? Or are you going to be running consultancy from
Don't come in here. Don't come in here.
It's
all right.
straight to go. It's
I
straight
need
to
to mute
water.
everyone.
What did I tell you about that spray bottle?
All right.
Put it down.
Okay, great. All right. Yeah, apologies about that. How will you deliver it? Choose the format. Which format do you want to deliver it? And I think this is very important because that will then determine what tech that you want to be invested in. You're not investing everywhere. You're not investing in different places. You're just investing in the one that fits and suits your purpose. So that's offer clarity. Like I said, take a screenshot because you're going to use that in the working session. And I want you to start thinking about the answers to this question because that will really help as well. Okay, now once you've done that, once you've looked at those four boxes, then you can have an offer statement. I feel like this is, they used to tell us when we're growing up. Even now, I still tell people, career-wise, you need to have an elevator pitch. Like somebody meets you, you only have 3 seconds with them, or you only have 15 seconds with them, and you want to tell them about what you do. You must be able to communicate it. So for uh, upcoming entrepreneurs, online business owners, you need to have an offer statement because that's going to be very definitive. You want to use it, it's going to help you frame what people can get from you. All right. And there's a formula to it. It's very simple. You can write it in different ways, but this is like the simplest way. And I didn't want to complicate it with different options that you could do. I help who, that's your ID client, go from problem, that's their pain point, to result with my offer. So let's go to the gynecologist example. I help women I help women go from, like I said, it's just the formula. I help women resolve hormonal fluctuation. I help women with hormonal fluctuation to get their hormone on track with my 30 days reset hormone reset program. Does that make sense? So let me try it again. I'm doing this on the fly as well, just to show you, right? This was not a pre-taught example. I help women with hormonal imbalance to reset their hormone by getting on with my 30 days hormone reset program. You know, you can adjust the sound, the way it sounds and it sounds well and all of that. Okay. So take the example I actually put on my notes. I help busy women go from scattered ideas to a ready to launch digital offer with my launch sprint framework. All right. So Claire, that will help you. You can tell this, you can put this on your status every day. You can sort of say, okay, this is the center point of my idea. And I feel like this, like I said, this one sentence should be the foundation of your launch clarity. All right. And we're going to fill it in and share it in the chat. All right. And we're going to get feedback from it. So I'm just thinking before I go too far, let's have some level of interaction. I'm going to leave uh, the offer clarity one on the screen. So see the four boxes. Who is this for? What is your idea? Okay. Who is this for? What problem does it solve? What result or transformation do they get? How will you deliver it? Okay. So I can see us here. I'd like to see answers of the chat. You can just let's put a 1, 2, 3, 4. So for just put, you can put, this is my offer, this is what I do, and all of that. I just want us to work. Let me see if other people have their videos on as well. It will be good to see us, and I don't want to stop sharing screen so that's, oops, sorry, the camera went off. Okay, great. Okay. Um, so ladies, can you hear me? We are having an exercise now. Offer clarity. We want to clarify our offer, at least at the basic minimum. I want you to do that. Uh, if you're working, give me a thumbs up. Let me know that you're working. At least you're working. Let me get a thumbs up that you're working and you're getting what I'm saying. Now, you might have more than one idea. This is the same process that you repeat for them. All right. And sometimes you need to break it down as well. So can you hear me? Let me see. Are we working? Okay, I can see. Okay, I can see the chat, the thumbs up. Okay, thank you for that. All right. So I just want you to do that. All right. So we're going to layer on this as we go on. Okay, great. Okay. We're going to layer on this as we go on. Uh, all right. Okay, I'm going to go to the next slide as well so that you can see. So if you've written those four things down, then your offer statement, I help dash go from dash to dash with dash. I help dash go from dash to dash with dash. Okay. I help dash go from dash to dash. Okay. Oops. Sorry, that's my screen. Okay. I think if I'd like, let me give us one more minute. Let me give us one more minute. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's go on. You're going to share your answers with me as we go on. But let's go on for now. Okay. Dash dash dash. Okay. Okay. All right. So, think I've given us enough time. We'll talk about it and you can ask me questions. So I also wanted to talk about launching. Remember what I said about launching is from the idea from your head to your money in your pocket. All right. And so this is a launch map. It's very simple. It can be very complicated and all of that. But for anyone just starting to put their ideas out there, is a three-step process. All right, for me. Very simple three-step process. First is the pre-launch, the launch, and the post-launch. And I'm going to explain myself. First, we have when we are selling things online, when we physically, if you want to go to a shop, we go to places for the first time, all right? So if you're selling something online, it's probably a new audience that do not know you, except to build up a following. So most of the time, they don't know you, or they don't know that you do they don't know that you offer that product and services because it's new. You're just bringing it to them. So they are what we call audience. Anybody that is online, we call them audience. And so we have what we call the cold audience and the warm audience. All right. Cold audience and warm audience. Cold audience are people that have never probably heard about that product and services from you, even if they know you, or people that don't even know you. All right. And for somebody to buy, they said for someone to buy something from you sometimes, it takes about 3 to 4, 5 touch points. Some people buy, they know what they need. They see the product media need, they buy it immediately. All right. But they need to sort of know you, hear from you, and then make touch points to make sales. So those are the things because sometimes you put something out one week and like, nobody puts it, this thing is not working. I don't think I can waste my time and all of that. But your audience are still warming up. They're still warming up. They are still warming up to that idea. All right. And sometimes another person has already warmed up that audience. You just come. They can't find that person again because that person has given up and they just come and they just buy your own stuff. And that also happens. So I don't want you to work in vain. So there's something called the cold audience and the warm audience. What we want to do is we want to transfer the cold audience to become warm audience. And how do we do that? We do it with something I call a pre-launch. All right. So you are sort of building anticipation. You don't just go, let's say the gynecologist actually wants to sell a 30 days reset program. They don't just come and say, oh, come and buy my 30 days research program. You need this because you're a woman, blah, 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 blah. No. The best way, if they were my clients, the best way is, first of all, build anticipation, create some content, written content, because when we say content, you're already thinking video content and content creation, like you're not a content creator, you're a business owner, all right? Even though you need video, you need content creation in your business. And I'll explain that later on, is dropping content, video writing, even if it is Twitter, Instagram, social media, blogs, speaking to people, speaking at events, dropping gems about drop, I don't want to say gems because that sounds like jams. Yeah. But yeah, dropping ideas and talking about, oh, this is the gynecology. I hope the gynecologist will not sue me because I'm not, I don't even know what the terminologies they use. And, that's just the example we're sticking to. Maybe they're just like, this is the anatomy of a woman. This is why it's different from a man. This is why a woman at this stage needs this kind of vitamins and all of that kind of thing. So you're dropping all this content. People are like, oh, I didn't know this. Somebody scroll past the first, they're like, oh, okay. So it's more very informative and educational. All right. Informative and educational. Then in that pre-launch stage as well, you invite them to interact with you. All right. Inviting them to interact with you is educative, transformational. They interact. Do you have any question? Any question about gynecology? People start to ask you, just say, okay, today's question and answer. You put it on your status, and people can anonymously ask question, and you sort of post it, and people get answers and things like that. So you're engaging. All right. Now, in that process as well, once you've secured that process, then the next thing to do is to start moving into the actual launch. All right. Because you will have clarified your offer in step one, you now start sort of launching. Okay. I call it the launch week because nobody really sells a product and say, I'm selling today and then tomorrow I'm not selling. All right. But a week is sort of like what helps you to keep it 3 days. Maybe it's a 3 day sales, but not one day. Like, oh, today, if you don't buy it today, then you can't buy it anymore. You're always selling, but also what it does is that you want to ensure that people have enough time to marinate with the product. Sometimes it's 3 days, sometimes it's 5 days, sometimes 7 days, depending. And then you do like this is your launch week. So what you're doing in the launch week, I'm just explaining. What you're doing in the launch week is that you are actually now selling. You are putting in some educational content, you are interacting, but that's not the main goal. The main goal in this launch week is that you are selling. You're saying this is a transformation and this is what I offer you, and you are selling to them. All right. Now, that's the launch week. The post-launch is some people will buy, some people will not buy. The people that buy, you need to ensure that you keep in touch with them. How do you deliver the product? We're going to talk about that later on. In terms of, remember we talked about the form in which you're going to deliver your product. So how do you deliver it? How do you keep them engaged? Is it a 30 days reset program? Do they just buy it and go? And then there is no accountability. Who is looking at them to look at it? Also, there are other people that did not buy, all right, from you. How do you treat that? Okay. So let me give an example for the gynecologist. Let's say it's a 3 weeks, they're just starting and they want to start selling, right? Let's say week one and week two, they're sort of engaging people about this thing and all of that. Then week three, they actually start selling what they want to sell. And then week four is the post launch. So if I were them in week four, what I'll be doing is to say, oh, you didn't buy this. You really missed out this time because this is 30 days that could have made a difference. All right. You make them understand that they really missed out from that opportunity. All right. And then talk about what transformation. And also from time to time, if it is like a group coaching you're doing or the 30 days research program, you are sharing the transformations that is happening within that group. So that the people that did not buy, that were aware, they're like, oh, maybe I really did miss out. Do you get? So they're already thinking in their mind, saving money for the next time, saying, okay, I promise myself I won't miss it the next time this thing comes out, the next time this quote comes out. Please let me know if you can hear me. Uh, please let me know if you can hear me or if it's dropping out. Okay. So the next thing is, okay, I can see somebody message the chat. Just want to be sure that they can hear me. Okay. All right. I can see the questions. We're going to come to that. And then that's the post launch. And then you start the circle again. All right. Start to this. And doesn't mean you don't even sell everyday products. All right. You can sell everyday product and then do a big launch again and all of that. So we're going to come into more details as we uh, go on. So I think I wanted us to have a quick reflection. And this is where we have uh, got into right now. And I can already see questions there. So I'm just going to be taking the questions as well. So please, so my question, this is a quick reflection. All right. What part of launching right now feels the hardest? Is it clarity, getting clear on your offer and message? Is it tech? Is it content? Is it confidence? I know you had what you talked before you came here. So I want you, like I said, bring your questions. I want you to think about that as well as, okay, from what Tolu just said now, what really feels hard so that we treat that before we move on to the next stage. So I can see uh Tia said, what if I have more than one ideal client? That's where I'm struggling. So my answer to that is that if you have more than one ideal client, your offer is probably complicated. Your offer is offering multiple things. It's always best, like in my business, for example, I have different uh, customers, different ideal customers for different things. Okay. For example, I have my clarity stack coaching for people that are about to start or started business. All right. I have the uh, 9 to 5, like the 9 to 5 people looking for thinking about what exactly they want to do. They've not yet done the business at all. They're just still formalizing it. I have that as well. So even though my content is broad in terms of accommodating the multiple clients that I have or ideal customers that I have, each offer is specific. All right. Each offer is specific to, so it might be, and Tutu, you need to tell me if this is correct. It might be that your offer is multi-loaded. So it might be that you need to simplify that offer. For example, I once coached somebody, uh, and she came to me and said she wanted to help women to do this, get self-confidence, women also financial, this and all of that. So she wanted women to get self-confidence. She wanted them to run businesses. She wanted them to be financially stable. She wanted them to, yeah, like three things. I'm trying to remember the third one now, all together in one. And I told her that, oh, mention one person that has all these problems. It might not be the same person, it might be different people. So even if it's the same person, you don't want to be treating the three issues at the same time. So if you want to work on self-confidence, work on an offer that is self-confidence. Then from self-confidence, it's going to move them to money making. Then work on an offer that's going to move them to money making. But trying to match them together because she was really talking about people that she's okay. I think he was talking about women to be making boss moves, making money, and all of that, and also people that have really lost their self confidence. Now, you would think that that's a noble idea, but those are two different audience. Because somebody that has lost their entire self confidence, they come from poverty, things have been really hard for them. Making boss move is not the next thing for them. Mindset shift is the next thing for them. So you have to have your offer around mindset shift. And then later, you can also have another offer for making boss moves. All right. Either when they finish your mindset shift, they are matured enough, that's the outcome of your program. They can move into that offer. That's really great. Or other people, or it's different women, these people. So she had to split it into three offers. So it might be that the offer is multi-loaded. You have to sort of break it down because it will allow you to easily target people. I hope that makes sense. Does that make sense? If I helping anyone, I can see you guys. So I'm depending on your reactions and your comments to know if it's really getting through. So you need to let me know if it's getting through. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. 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 I can see. Okay. All right. So, yeah, I still want, before we leave this, I wanted to put it in the chat. What is really difficult for you right now? Clarity, tech, content, confidence? Just tell me, just put the word in the chat for me. What is really like, I want to know. Is it tech? Is it clarity? Is it content? We've talked about clarity today. We're going to talk about tech as well. Is it content? Is it confidence? What exactly feels hard right now? Okay. Instead of going into the chat, uh, tech, content. Okay. Content. Okay. Content. All right. Okay. Content and tech. I like that approach. Okay. Content and tech. Okay. All right. Has everyone spoken? Okay. All right. For the people that said tech, can you tell me what online business form because that's one thing that is it's really important when it comes to tech. What is going to work for A is going to be different slightly from what's going to work for B. So for the people that said tech, I want to just know, what are you offering, or what are you thinking of offering? Is it a course? Is it a digital product? Is it templates? Is it consultancy? Is it products? What kind of tech is where in tech is difficult right now. Okay. All right. I'm just taking that check. Automated response system for certain areas of business, an online store, confidence to convert visibility to value, financial. Okay, all right. Okay. Okay, so let's talk about it. Uh, we've talked about clarity. Once you're clear about your offer, the next thing is tech and setting up systems. So I'm going to use 4 examples, sort of what you're going to do. So in terms of online business, they broadly fall under online courses, templates, uh, online courses, templates, consultancy, and products. Okay. For online courses, um, that's not complicated at all. All right. That's not that's not complicated at all. Once you've developed their what did they call it? I'm just saying LLM for online courses. All right. And these are places whereby once you record your courses, you can host them there, and you will be able to use them to sort of serve your customer. And I'm going to explain in a moment. And there are so many of them, depending on um, depending on depending on your budget, and depending on how much you are willing to spend. I'm just trying to bring something up uh, on my phone. So we have different ones. We have Kajabi, we have System.io, and I'm going to tell you what I use so that you're going to get it in a moment. So, but the main problem sometimes is people recording their own content for the online course and being able to actually host the content. And I always say, especially for perfectionists, because you see other people's videos and you'd be like, I don't think my video is as good as that. I don't have the gear, I don't have everything. But it's to start where you are. All right. I need to check and dig out those things in my business. I used to have how to start a business with $100, how to start a business with $500, and how to start a business with $1,000. All right. I used to have that. I'll check it somewhere. Just let me know if you're interested in having that. And it sort of lists the kind of there's tech at your level. All right. If you are not ready to host on online platforms yet, you can host on YouTube. All right. So for online courses, for example, the tech is you have these learning platforms, Kajabi, System.io, that you can sort of, there are so many of them, depending on the price points that you want, and then you can host it there. Some of these things are very simple. You just need to go online, look for the tutorial once you decided on the platform, and upload your video. It's going to be very easy. Now, how do you connect the person that has bought your online course to the online course platform? We'll talk about that because that's central to every of the examples I'm going to give. So we'll talk about that later. But in terms of the platform, they are learning platforms. In terms of the resources you need, as long as you have a phone, you can do a recording. Sell at your level, all right? Don't try and sell when you have £500. Don't try and sell like a £1 million business that they have all these people come to record video for them. They have editors and all of that. Just sell at your level. If it's an online course, all right? I'm talking about video recordings and stuff. And as you go on, you sort of improve on your gear and all of that. Okay. So 2 parts of the tech is recording it and also learning how to record good videos. I was actually going to do a course on that. Is also, ensuring cleaning your lens is a key thing and all of that. I don't want to go into video recording, but you can go on YouTube and learning how to record a good, clean video with your phone, and you can do that. So that's for online courses. For digital templates, is also once you have Microsoft Word, first of all, you can write, or Google Doc, you can write whatever it is from the template. And then there's Canva. And there are courses on Canva. There are YouTube videos on Canva that are very beginner friendly. I personally have a Canva course in my business, so let me know that are beginner friendly. You can take what you've written in Microsoft Word and make it, there's already pre-made templates in Canva and make it on a template. It's so easy, intuitive to download, and Canva is free. All right. And it will be an A4 and all of those kind of things. Let's say you write an ebook. Once you write it in Microsoft Word, you can take it to Canva. Canva is a design software, and you can make it into an ebook and make an e-cover. That is very simple. That's getting as simple. Usage of Canva is getting as simple as actually using Microsoft Word. All right. So for online, but how do you now deliver it? Also, you need a system. And this is a two-way. Either you have a is delivery by email, because if somebody buys it, then you deliver it by email to them. All right. Now, how do you deliver it that you are not manually having to do it? Because I think that's one of the questions that Shola was saying. How do you deliver it manually? Well, there is something called automatic delivery. All right. So you put your products, your digital template in one place, and then it gets automatically delivered. Once somebody then goes on your website and pay for that product, it automatically gets delivered to them with an email. All right. Or if it is something that they need to access, and you can put it on your Google Cloud. That's the simplest one. Even if you don't have a platform, if you're doing it manually, you can put it on a Google Cloud. You drop the document there. Once they pay for it, you send it to them. You send them the link to get a copy, download a copy. It's very simple like that. I'm trying not to go too in depth so that we can reach everyone, but it is possible. I'm just trying to show you the possibility of what exactly is possible to do. All right. There's also platforms like email marketing, and I'm going to get to that, which is going to be my next slide. There's also platform for email marketing as well, which is a very essential part of business, whereby from your email marketing platforms like ConvertKit, Mailite, System.io, already you will have automation within it. There are videos on YouTube to watch. Whatever one you decide of this platform, you will watch it on YouTube, how to set up the automation to deliver a digital product. Boom, you're ready to deliver it. For consultancy, what you need to do is, let's say consultancy is, let me just explain for, I don't want to take the assumption is, let's say you are the gynecologist now. Let's continue to use that example. And then you're not selling the day-to-day research. You're just having consultations with women and you want them to book, talk to me. Let me run through what your gynecology issues are. And then, I can give you advice. If you are doing something like that, fine. There are already systems in place to do that for you. There's things called Calendly. All right. And other ones, I'm trying to look for another example. If I remember, I'll tell you. But Calendly, whereby people just go, they book. I think even Google now has a paid version. If you have the paid Google, you can send them out your links. All right. You set it up. It's very intuitive to set up. You watch YouTube videos, you can set it up, and then boom, you put your hours there, you put your price there, then you put your payment systems there. And we're going to talk about payment system because that's another ball game entirely. You integrate your payment system there, and then they pay you. Either is your PayPal or Stripe, and then they pay you. Once they pay, they can book a time. You will have put your availability on these platforms, and they can book a time. Once they book a time, boom, they book a time, they show up. And even the Calendly, there's a free version. Oh, I don't think the free version takes payment. I think it's free meeting with you. But if you want to take payment from people, you have to have the paid version. And once you have the paid version, it also asks you to integrate into your Zoom. It will automatically, let's say Mrs. A books with the gynecologist, it will automatically book the meeting, send Mrs. A Zoom link for the meeting, tell the gynecologist Mrs. A has booked the meeting. I have sent her, I've generated a Zoom link, I've sent it to her. This is the day of the meeting. 24 hours before the meeting, is going to remind Mrs. A and the gynecologist, you both have a meeting today. I think there's another 6 hours. I think there's another 30 minutes. You can even set the interval of how often you want it to remind. So all of that just take, and I think Calendly is about maybe $12 or $16 per month. And that just takes it off your hand. You just set your availability, input your price in there, boom, and then you use Zoom to conduct your session, just like I'm doing like this. You just talk to people. So that's easy on the consultancy side. On the product side, for someone that is just starting, my recommendation is either it is Shopify or Etsy. Why? Because products can be slightly complicated. So while you're still learning the rope of shipping and all of those kind of things, I don't want you to complicate it with having doing other things. So I just recommend standard systems, which are System.io or Shopify and things like that. Once you've done that for like a year or two, you understand the market, then okay, you can have it on your own website and then start to do your own shipping and things like that for yourself. I hope that is clear. So we've talked about tech. Questions? I need responses. Is it making sense? Is it addressing the issues? Are we getting it? Okay. 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 More responses. I just want to be sure that it's touching down, right? Because I do these things day in, day out, sometimes as a coach, you have to be careful that you are not explaining at a very, very high level. It's touching down, but without getting into too much granular details. All right. So what I want you to write down for me now is okay, somebody said elaborate on Shopify, please. So Shopify is a platform that you can place your product in, and they already have the website, they have the template, they have the sales copy, they have everything. It's just for you to sign up. You pay I think it's a monthly fee or something, and then you put your product on there. All right. So all you just get at the back end is you know that a customer has ordered something. This is their address, and I need to ship it to them. All right. Simple as that. All right. There's also at the higher level is also Amazon fulfillment, and all of that. But I don't think if you're just starting, that's not even a thing to start considering. But I think Shopify is very easy. Everything, the tech is set up and all of their templates. You just drag and drop your product pictures. Everything is everything is done for you. Drag and drop your product pictures, your payment system. They just ask you where do you want to be paid. Everything is just integrated. And all you just have to do is ensure that the product gets the customer. Finish. So that's what I mean. Do I mean website on Shopify? Yes, that's what I mean. The website, Shopify really caters for uh physical products, most especially physical. They are now doing digital products as well, but physical products. Another place is Etsy, but Etsy is more of a little bit, in terms of learning curve, I feel like Shopify is the simplest. Etsy is the next step up, and then your own personal website whereby you need to integrate your own tech and all of that. But yeah, Shopify really works and stuff. And you're going to get loads and loads of video on YouTube. So now let me know in the comments what tech or right beside your offer, because you're going to present your offer. What tech do you need for your offer? Is it a learning platform? Is it a course? If it's a course, is it a learning platform? Is it a okay? I'm seeing question. Is it a learning platform? Is it a delivery system? Is it an email delivery system for a digital product? Is it a consultancy? What do they call it now? Is it a meeting setup app, which is Calendly? So I've given you an example. Or is it Shopify? Sort of something along the line of Shopify. I think there are other ones in the US as well, but Shopify is probably the most popular, and I know that it's very easy to really set it up. All right. Someone is asking if it is digital product like storybooks, what platform would you suggest? Well, it depends on what kind of storybooks that you are doing. If it's really, really high-end stories and all of that. Let me first say the simplest thing for someone that is just starting is Amazon. All right. So there's something called Amazon print on demand. Let's say print on delivery, print on demand. So if you have storybooks and all of that, what happens is that you will upload the soft copy. You will design your book. You will get somebody to design the front cover, or you do it yourself, depending on your skill level, and then you will upload it into Amazon KDP. This is actually a disclaimer. I also offer this service for somebody. You just give me the book, I will format it, and then I'll get it on Amazon. So this is a service I offer. But yes, Amazon, you put the book on Amazon. It's not a very steep process. The only steep thing about that is, okay, you have to fill a lot of forms, Okay, what's your tax? What's your country? And all of that. Once you set that up, then it is on Amazon. Now, this is what happens from there. If your book is published, Amazon will tell you how much it will take them to publish your storybook. They will see the colored pages and whatever it is that is there. And then they will tell you, okay, fine, it take us $6 to publish this book. How much do you want to sell it? So you can decide, oh, if it's $6 to publish, I want to sell it at $15, for example. So that means then you get published and you send people the link, they are buying. You cannot have a website, or you are also promoting your book yourself on your WhatsApp status. I wrote this storybook and all of that. You're telling people about it. So once they buy it on Amazon, every time they buy, Amazon will take their $6 and ship it to them. You don't have to do anything. You just uploaded that book once, and then you will get your 6 minus 15. You will get your $9 every time. All right. So that's sort of like the simplest way to do it. The other way to do it is you can print your book yourself and put it on Shopify and start selling. However, that is like holding stock that you are not sure how many people are going to buy. So if you're just starting, I don't recommend, except you're going to an event and you're going to be speaking there, and you're like, okay, I brought my books, I brought my storybooks, you're going to be reading it, and you're sure that at least you're going to get like 10, 20 orders. And also books, just like anything printed, uh, the more you print, the cheaper it becomes. So printing 20, 30, 40, 100 might not move the needle. It might come out very expensive. And let's say your storybook, you're printing it because you're only printing 20, it's coming out at £30 per storybook. How many people are going to buy it at £30 per storybook? All right. Do you see my point? So that's another area that I feel like we need to work on. So I just realized that I've been sharing my screen. I'll stop sharing. It's better you see my face when I'm talking. So I realize I've been sharing my screen and I've not sort of moved on from there. So yes, that's what I think um, in terms of books. I always recommend Amazon. Start from there, but continue to promote your book. So you're also doing the launch system, even though your book is on Amazon. Like you're talking about why people need your book. One week you're just talking about buy this book, buy this book, buy this book, buy this book. All right. And then you're talking about the transformation people are having. It's the same process, but yours is just that it's on Amazon. Amazon is taking care of the stress for you, and then you are doing stuff with your business. I hope that is clear. Is it making sense? Okay. So I want us to move quickly to uh, just give me 1 second, please. So somebody talked about, oh yeah, which is where we were before, about content creation, content. Oh, I can see some comments as well. Let me just go back there. Okay, good. So talked about content, right? And that's the next thing I want to share with you. I'll just share my slide again. I just realized I was stuck in there. I didn't share my slide, but I'll share my slide again. And then you can sort of get what I'm trying to say or do. So I'll just share it again. Share screen. Okay. Let me know if it's making sense. If you can see my screen. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. I'm so used to asking. Let me know if it's making sense. Okay. So I find out that a lot of things that also happen to people is that because content creation, people need to hear and see, before they actually buy something, especially when it's online and you're doing things online, that people actually fall into the trap of becoming content creators. And content creation is not an easy job. So I feel like more people would control. I feel like more people get frustrated, especially when they get into the content creator mode because they're creating content and content and content, and it's not really the effort it takes is not really translating to the result. And I prefer that people do content that feels natural to them first, and then they progress and progress and progress and progress. Let's say you're just starting your business and you spent a whole day shooting reels. That's going to really drain you out. So I always say that why not just type a line, type this thing. On some days you're somewhere, record it, do things that feel natural to you. And that's why I'm now saying here, the next thing after clarifying your offer is that you have defined your audience, right? We have defined your ideal clients. And how do you want to reach them? All right. So I said identify where your ideal clients reach out. All right. Where does your ideal client reach out? Okay, fine. For most businesses now, these days, for the age group, there's an age group that's still on Facebook, but for most businesses, it's on Instagram. But if you want to reach grandpas and grandma now with health information and all of that, a lot of them are still on Facebook. So you need to really know the dynamics of where your audience, where they really, really hang out. And that's really going to be very helpful. So, first of all, then choose one or two engagement strategies that feel natural to them. If you're somebody that you don't mind being on camera like this, you can actually like, okay, I'm on camera, I can talk to you, then do lives, do Instagram lives. You don't have to do it every day, but just do something that feels very natural to you so that you're not stressing again. So do live. Some people don't like to be on camera, right? And that can work for a business, although not all businesses, but that can work as well. Right. Some people know how to write. Right. Just do things, one or two. Choose your engagement model. Maybe you're the person that like making videos. Make videos, but don't make it like, don't get into full-time content creation mode, uh, content creator mode for your business, because most times people then end up getting very frustrated with that process. All right. And also, I said focus on connection over perfection. All right. Sometimes we're always at like, how many Instagram followers do I have? How many do I have? How many do I have? But most times it's just always try to engage them. You're going to grow. The people that you see that have 1 million followers today, they grew from somewhere. All right. Maybe, yeah, maybe they had one, two, three, four, five posts that went viral. Yes. Some people actually now these days, people even have formula for going viral. And most times it goes viral. But sometimes people did not even know how why their their post went viral. One of my um friends. I said, "Oh, I didn't know you had this number of followers." He said, "You won't believe it. I posted something, and it just went viral. And that was not even my plan. I did not even know it was going to go viral. And she just had a lot of people follow her from there. And that's why it's happening. And that's what happens, right? So focus on connection. Also, beyond social media, because social media is also something that's, for example, that people get very fast. They move on to something else. They move on to something else. There's a next thing to see. I always, 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 always ask people, if possible, learn how to do email campaigns. All right. Email campaigns last longer. When people are opening their email, they are not in the same mindset as when they're on Instagram. All right. There is a little bit of more attention span that is retained. So I feel like uh you know you should try email sort of marketing, because I feel like that's really going to sort of like really help with that as well. Okay, I can see your hand raised. Please just drop your comment in the chat, and we're going to go to it shortly as well. Okay. So I think for content creation, that's the formula I always approach. Sometimes we're looking at other people doing their businesses and all of that, and we're feeling like, oh, they are very perfect. I can't compete with them. But they started from somewhere. So you need to really start from somewhere. If you don't start from somewhere, you won't get anywhere. So you just have to start from somewhere when it comes to sort of like content creation. All right. But don't make it like a full-time like you don't get frustrated. Sometimes content creators, they create and edit one reel for one day, and we just see the highlights. So if you're trying to build your business and you're trying to be a content creator at the same time, it can be very frustrating. All right. So, and also sometimes it's just sharing every day. And also there are things called faceless reels. And I'm going to talk to you more about that. There are other things as well, faceless reel, pre-made templates that you can also use on social media that just makes life very easy for you. Okay. So, um, I just wanted to reiterate this process again, and then I'm going to give us maybe 2 to 3 minutes, maybe not 5 minutes. We're running on time. Work on it. You know, I said the launch process is from interest to sales. It's from the idea from your head to sales. So first is, how do you capture leads? And these are terminologies used in the online business. Capturing lead is getting the people that are interested in your business. So remember what I said about cold audience, warm audience, talking to them and all of that. So you can do that by informing people, and also you can do that by giving them free things, all right, before you actually launch. So the pre-launch, it can be information, educational interaction, and also giving free things. So the free thing that we talk about in online business, we call it lead magnets. You're giving them something so that you can have their email. You're giving them something so that you can have them on your list. So that's what we call. So these people that are coming because you gave them something, they are called leads. So you can capture leads for your business. All right. And that's also a bit more sustainable than Instagram as well. Especially when you have an email marketing system. We're going to talk about email marketing system as a separate topic, just as we're going. Then the next thing is you want to nurture the relationship. Let's say you have an email marketing or even on the social media. You don't want to ghost your audience. You just don't want to go away. Attention is transient, all right? People don't hear from you, you know, you're not top of mind. So you don't want to ghost them. You want, if you have an email list is when you have people that you're emailing and you have their email. All right. That seems simple, but it's not simple. So you can just write to them about the topic. Remember the gynecologist just talking about 10 things I think women should do. What it is, women recovery during women's health during Christmas. Women's, you can just write all of those things so that you're engaging them. They know you, they feel familiar. I don't know if you have anybody that emails you and you just feel very familiar, like you know what is really going on. And that's really what nurturing relationship is. And then from there, you can present your offer with clarity and with confidence and make sale. All right. So my first question to you is, where in this are you? Are you yet to capture leads? Are you speaking about, are you in pre-launch? In pre-launch still. Where are you? Are you capturing leads? Are you nurturing relationship? And are you making sales? Where are you? I just want to know where. Just I'm already making sales. I'm already capturing this. Just tell me, where are you? I just want to see where you are so that we then talk more about it. Okay. Okay, I can see Shola, I can see your question. Great. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But yeah, everyone, I just want you to know, so Shola, from your question, you are at the capturing lead level. You want to capture the lead. All right. So anyone else at that level? Anyone else? Okay. Let me see what we're doing. Okay. Maybe there's a precursor question here. How many of us have an offer that we've made sales from? Or how many of us are at ideal level? Okay, capturing leads. How many of us, if it is still an idea, if you've never sold it, let me know where you are. Idea, okay, good. Okay, all right. So, okay, idea. Yeah, let me see if I can get one more two answers, one or two more answers. Okay. Nurturing relationships. That's good. So that means you've captured lead, having conversations in LinkedIn Messenger. Good. All right. Okay. Great. Okay. Thank you very much. That's really very helpful. So at the idea stage, let me start from there so like to capture everyone. If you're still at the idea stage, that's brilliant because you have an opportunity to start it on a very good slate, right? What you need is a system that when you start your pre-launch activities, talking to people and all of that, somebody says it's really somewhere between idea and capture. Okay, that's fine. So is that what you want to do is at the idea stage and you're thinking about it, is I always recommend that you have, depending on the kind of business, some people's business are focused on Instagram and all of that. Start getting your bearing yet in terms of putting out stuff, putting out a little bit of content and all of that. That's stage one. Stage two, start putting your content together into something that is useful. What is something that you can offer? Most times we call it a freebie or is a lead magnet. All right. I offered freebie on my mailing list and I got 900 people. All right. And that's just to tell you how powerful that is. 900 people that did not know me gave me their email because I gave them a free thing to use for their business. So, but the idea of a freebie for somebody that is there at the idea stage might be very down to that. What do I put in the freebie and all of that? Yes. If you're on my mailing list, you will get more information about, and that's free. Just telling you about what you need to put on your mail. But sometimes it's just getting your content, putting some thoughts behind it, and like, okay, this is what I want to do, and all of that. Okay. So, and also there are lead magnets templates as well that you can just fill in the gaps. It will just teach you, guide you, and then you have a lead magnet very quickly. In fact, these days it's not really hard. And also there's a way to put your topic of interest in AI softwares, platforms, and then you can generate a lead magnet very quickly as well. So lead magnets are not difficult. So from idea, then lead magnets, and when you now have this lead magnets, you need to have a system whereby people can drop their email, and then you can sell them this lead magnet. And the simplest form of it is email marketing platforms. And we're going to get there. I think it's the next slide. Is email marketing platforms. And the email marketing platforms, what they do, let me stop sharing for a minute. The email marketing platforms, what they really do is that they help you to capture, depending on which one you choose. In fact, I just found it as the next slide, so I'll just share it because it just makes it easier because the platforms are already there. Just wanted to be sure that that is the slide. All right. So email marketing setup, that's the way to get it because if you just say, give me your email, you know, it might not be a great idea. So you give them, the email marketing sector already have a place whereby you can say, subscribe to my email, or you can put a lead magnet on these platforms and they can fill it in. And then at the simplest form of this is a Google form. All right. But with the Google form, you will have to manually deliver the free things there. But let me warn you here. People, most times, sometimes people are very sensitive about, oh, okay, before I talk to you, give me your email address. People are like, what do you want to do with my email address? You get, sorry, I can see that is really low. What do you want to do with my email address? You see my point. What do you want to do with my email address? But they are more like, if you say, oh, I'll help women, this one, that one, that one. They will have given it to you. Like I said, 900 people joined my mailing list, and I'm still hoping for more. Just by me giving them a freebie. They didn't know me from anywhere. All right. They didn't know me from anywhere. I'm still hoping to have about 100 this year before the end of the year. And then next year, I'm going to aggressively go after it. Offer more freebies to get them because then you now have an audience that you can keep on talking to and selling to. They are focused. So on Instagram, you're talking to everybody. All right. But for the people that have collected your free products, you know that they have you on Instagram, you hope that they need you. But for the freebie, you know that they need you because they've gotten a free product from you. That means you validated that the pain point is valid and then you can sell to these people. So there are different platforms, System.io, ConvertKit that you can use. There is a email light as well. So that's something that you can go and research and work on. Then once people then get the free product from you, this is how it works to get the sales. Once they get that free product from you, then you will have planned what we call a welcome sequence, which is welcome them. So that's very important because attention is transient. After a while, they might forget that they bought it from you if you're not constantly emailing them. So you just want to ensure that what I do, for example, my own sequences, I want to ensure that I'm following you up so that you can use that product, get the transformation. You're not like, oh, wow, this was really helpful for me. And then you're more tuned to when I'm selling you something. That's one. Two, the freebie is also part A of what I'm selling to you. Is also part A of what I want to sell to you. The part B, I still want to sell it to you. So the part A is the free thing that you've gotten. So I keep on emailing you like 3, 5, 7 emails, talking about the product that you've gotten. Are you using it? How is it working out? Give you some more tips. And then at the end of that sequence, I then sell my part B to you. So that's another way of doing it. And also with email marketing setup, you can also write weekly emails. For example, my mailing list, I mail people twice a week, which is Mondays and Fridays at the moment. So I hope that, let me hear feedback. I feel like I've done lots of talking. Let me hear feedback from us. Is that making sense? Are you getting it? Okay, you're getting it. Okay, all right. Okay, all right. So the next, so like I said, please write it down because I don't want to be talking. Write down what platform do you think you need? All right. Tell me to remind you if you want to ask a question. What platform do you think you need right now to deliver? What tech, email, what do you need? Where are you? Let's say your idea. What do you need for that idea? Do you need to be writing a mailing? Do you need to be writing weekly emails like I do? Do you need to develop a freebie? Like I said, just write down what you think you need because it's such a close group here. So I want to hear from everyone because that's my whole goal that we are living here being clear about what you really, really need and what you need to do. I hope that makes sense. Okay. So, okay, that's good. All right. Uh, okay. So let's go to the next slide, and then after this, we sort of stop and talk about a little bit more. So I just wanted to talk about pricing as well. So pricing is something that is very complicated, and I think I've always spoken to people about pricing. And there are two things in pricing. Uh, First of all, setting your price. How do you set the right price? Okay, all right. I'll come back to that, Shila. How do you set the right price for your products? All right. How do you know the right price to sell? Especially when this is an online thing, all right? And sometimes because people are just starting, they're investing. Let's say you just want to start a business, you're investing a lot of hours. Let's say you've invested 10 hours. And there's this school of thought of people that want to then charge for that 10 hours. Like, I've invested 10 hours, my 10 hours is £35 per hour. So that's going to be £350 or $350 because I've invested 10 hours. Well, you need to benchmark against the market, not just the hours invested. Obviously, now if it's taking you 10 hours to actually develop your first product, obviously, as you're doing it subsequently, is your investment. You're not going to be spending 10 hours on it again. Maybe it's going to be like 2 hours or 1 hour. So you cannot base your price based on that. And also, you cannot base your price on the fact that somebody said, oh, yeah, online business, if you sell 50 things per month for £500, you will make, or if you sell 10 products per month for £500, you will make £5,000 at the end of the month. How to make an easy £5,000? That's really not how to do it. First off, the first way to do it is to benchmark against the market. So I want you to think about your offer now and think about how much similar people are offering this. Just an idea of what you think or what you know that somebody, maybe you see somebody that's offering something like that. How much do you think they are offering it on the market? Just put it like that. If you don't know, how much can you guess? But put in front that is a guess. But how much? Is it like, okay, whatever it is it a course? Is it a plan? Is it a service? Okay, yeah, thank you, Abby. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. Yeah, so how much is it uh, that people are doing it? Okay. The second thing that you need to do is remember you're just coming into the market. All right. I want you to slash that amount by 50%. That amount that you've written down, slash it by 50%. All right. And then write it down. Now think about it. For that amount that you've written down, that you slash, let's work with £100. Let's say you slash it to £50. All right. If you make £50 per person that you sell this to, will you be happy? Now remember, it's £100. Will you be happy? Now somebody will say, I will not be happy, but you need to think, why will you not be happy? Is it because you think they're selling it £100 or because it's not valuable, it's a waste of time? So what I always say is that if you're new in the market, you need to come in at market value. You need to come in at below market value. Sorry, you need to come in at below market value because if you don't come in at below market value, you can't compete with the people that already have systems in place. They already have stuff in place. You can't compete with them at all. You can't compete with them. So you need to have it. You need to ensure that there is a way. So if you can't compete with them on clarity of video and all of that, compete with them on transformation and price. Because some people, you have the same target audience, but some people cannot afford them. Some of the people doing the business I'm doing, what they are charging per hour, I'm like, oh, that's massive. You understand what I'm saying? But I'm not at that stage yet, so I can't charge that. All right. So you come in at below market level, then you start, people get to know that you do this, you get good at it. You also gain confidence yourself because sometimes we set a price that we cannot back. I once wanted to coach somebody and I sent her my price and she was like, why is it that expensive? And I was like, this is it. I broke it down. This is it. I could defend it. I could stand by it. I know that it was worth that price. All right. And she paid for the coaching. Do you see my point? But initially, if I wasn't confident, I would have backed off because she actually wanted to pay like half of it. I'm like, no, I'm not doing it for that price. And that's because I wasn't just starting. I got confident and I know that yes, what I am offering, the transformation I'm offering is worth that price. So you have to get to the point whereby you are comfortable with you cannot just charge your price, you have to be comfortable with uh the price that you are charging. So that's the price. Then the second thing about pricing is also about pricing and payment system. Is you choose a payment system. We have PayPal, we have Stripe. Most websites, that's what they use. You want to set up an account on those two. I don't want to go into deep details. These things are on YouTube. You can look at them and all of that. But just know that their payment platform, you set it up, they're intuitive, and you can set it up. And also these things, we're going to get to that in a minute. If you feel like it's too complicated, we can do a done for you service as well. Okay. So let me then share my screen at this point. After we've shared, we'll talk about what we've written down in a minute. So I think the summary of everything I've said today for me is if you want to run an online business, you have to systemize it for success. All right. And once you start, you find that it is easy. A lot of people have asked me about email marketing there, which I'm going to come back to in a minute. And email marketing is something that, is good, is fine. I think everybody should be using it in their business. But if you're not careful, you will start staring at blank screen. So one of the ways to actually get your email going, what is this email sequence? What do I say to somebody that just bought and all of that? Is you can use reusable templates. All right. You can use reusable templates. Then you can automate the workflow. All right. You can learn how to automate the workflow. Okay, this is how to automate it. Somebody pays for this product, automatically it will get delivered to them and all of that. So these are things that you can learn. And these are the products. So you now know what you need. Okay, this is the knowledge I don't have. This is the one I need to pay for. This is the one I need to do myself and all of that. Okay. Then once you build the systems, it will be easy and profitable to launch. And then the next key thing is that you can okay, this is already giving you guys look how far you've come. But yes, look how far you've come. Look at where you were at the beginning of this, and look at where we are now. I think there's better understanding, and I want you to know that it is possible, and it is not just that it is possible alone. It is still possible this year. All right, let's before now and Black Friday, we still have 4 weeks. Can you imagine 4 weeks between now and Black Friday? So that's more than enough to do something. All right. So I believe that it's not just that it's possible, it is that it is still possible this year for you. All right. It is still possible this year for you. Okay. So now I'm going to stop sharing the screen and we are going to really talk and look at everything that you've written down so far. Can you drop? Okay. Can you talk briefly about how you link the email platform to websites or social media? All right. So your email platform, you can always drop the link to your the email platform can be embedded within your website. So let's start from there. And then when you are posting on social media, it is a link to that page on your website that you are posting. So when you are posting it, people can then click, or you can say, oh, click the link in bio. That's the link. Or every time you write your post, you put the link. If you are doing a carousel or something, the link is there. They click it, it takes them to that page on your website. The email marketing system is embedded. And also is embedded on your website. And when I say website, people think you can have a one-page website, and also System.io, one of the ones I mentioned, has an integrated system whereby you can have your website and your email and all of that in the same place. Failing that, you can have a Wix website and have a ConvertKit email marketing and then integrate it on that. All right. So I'm not going to sort of get into the granular details here, but that is the possibility of how you can do it. All right. I'm conscious of the time, but I just want us to sort of hear from everyone. If possible, you can unmute and tell me what you've written down so far. That's the whole purpose, right? The whole purpose is not just me teach. I want you to do something and see what is the possible. And then my question to you now is write down what is next for you. So I'm going to be calling everyone. All right. So I hope you've been writing down, you've written what you offer, who you offer. I want you to just tell me, and I will give you feedback. All right. That's the gift you get for coming, isn't it? And then you write what you think the next step is, and I'll tell you if I think that's the next step for you based on my experience. So, are we ready to roll? Who is ready? Who is ready? 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 Let me know who is ready. Ready? 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 Who is ready?
I'll
I
go
can go.
first because I drop off
Okay.
pretty soon. So in terms of my offer,
Yep.
so I've had to break it down just based on what you said.
Yeah.
So I wrote it down somewhere.
Yeah. Good.
Okay, so I help um children who want to improve their baking skills to gain confidence, knowledge and skills in baking through my online and in-person baking classes. I also help adults. It's
Yeah.
exactly the same thing. And that's why I was struggling because the
That's
baking classes are for everyone, pretty
yeah. That's
much,
but that's really good. That's really good that you've
you
broken
know.
it down like that. Yeah.
But I think the third part of it would be I help people who would like to start a baking business to again improve their confidence, gain skills, improve confidence, and learn the business of baking through my one-to-one classes.
Okay, I like that. So, and it's interesting now because already you telling me that I can see three different audience, all right? And it just needs a little bit of fine tuning. For example, for the child, maybe it's not baking confidence. Just when I help children that want to become baking stars. You get so the word
Mm,
star because maybe confidence doesn't matter to the child or the parent of the child. But just looking at how about so your context will probably be how about your child is a star baking cake and baking their own 10th birthday cake. You are
mm,
you are eating on an emotional point there. You are eating on. Are you getting me? It shows that children that learn and skills and that tend to perform better in blah blah blah. You're eating on that. So you can decide that January, that's the only thing I'm eating on this children part. All right. Then
mm.
February, you are eating on the adults. Are you getting me? You're eating
Yeah.
on that. You're eating on that. Then March, you're eating on these other people or you can even rotate your content, but you just make sure that there's a content tailored to them and you eat on it for a particular time. For example, the holidays are coming. It's Christmas. For Black Friday, all right.
Yeah, I'm starting with a children's class for so that they can make their Christmas cakes and cupcakes.
Exactly. So
So that's what
yeah.
I'm doing.
So exactly, and you go into the emotional this thing, will your kids only watch TV this Christmas? Will they not learn a skill? The skill report of Kiniko say children that learn skill, you're just boom, 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 boom. You get you put it in. So that's why it's really going to be very helpful that you've broken it down. So yeah, thank you for that. I love that. All right. So the next thing is where do they hang out? Where are you going to find these people,
Well, for
children
the
or their
children,
parents?
their parents. So I'm going to be leveraging a few WhatsApp groups that I belong to. We're
Okay.
also going to be using social media.
Okay.
So on the because obviously this is part of my bigger business.
Okay.
So using that business page to promote it.
Okay.
The one thing I'm not yet sure I want to do is to run ads. They've never really worked for me. So
Okay. Okay.
I'm not sure that I want to go into that. But so for example, I'm running a trial next week with a warm audience of maybe 3 or 4 kids
Okay.
just to test the setup and all of that.
Okay.
But then again, it's just leveraging on the groups that I belong to and social media.
All right. I think that's a great idea. I like that. Now you have a trial run. That's great. That's your lead magnet. All right. So that lead magnet, take lots of pictures because sometimes we always think about lead magnet can be paper form or something. Take pictures, take lots of pictures. This is what your child gets to experience and all of that. So that's just something that is drawing them in. If you would like your child to experience this, try and find a way to get interest. Fill our interest form. We will want to email you and all of that as well. So that it's not just because sometimes people see flyers, they like it,
Mm,
they want to attend, But then, because they didn't record it, they didn't put it as a calendar or anything, they forget. And that's the thing about graphics alone. So I found out that with email, if you see my email for people that registered here, I kept telling you, put it on your calendar. This is a Zoom link and all of those kind of things and all of that. If it were to be that you saw my flyer 1 week ago, you would probably have put it in your calendar, except you really know me and say, oh, on this day, this is this program and all of that. So that's how you lose the crowd sometimes. So you need to. So that's your way of getting it. You can get a simple Google form and just tell them to fill it. Google form is easy to set up. If you check it on YouTube, very easy to set up. And you just run it with your flyer as well. Every time you post your flyer, you post the link, you know,
Mm.
indicate interest here or pay here and all of that. If you have a payment system and all of that. So and also if you have a payment system already on your website because you already have a business,
Yes.
use that as well. So, and make sure that the landing page on the websites, I don't want to go into landing page and all of that, but make sure this is just the simplest form of the offer, but make sure that it is attractive and it is reinforcing it. It's not like somebody just say, oh yeah, I like the flyer, and they click there and you just pay. Make sure that you are reinforcing that message again on the landing page. All right. So that makes sense. That works for me. Okay.
Okay.
So how much is this baking class?
See, we're still on that one because I need to run the trial class to be able to figure out how much time it actually takes to run the class.
Okay.
For at the moment, I have it between 25 and 30 pounds,
Okay.
but I want to actually run that trial class to see how long the class will be.
Okay.
Um, Especially since it's online, I'll be giving them a list of things to buy and all of that. So I need to figure out how long exactly the course will run, and then I'll be a bit more confident with what pricing
Okay,
would
thank you.
be
I think
appropriate.
yours is a unique thing because you have to at least you have to make the money from your ingredient back and things like that. So yours is a bit unique and all of that. But just also find out how much other coaches are online this thing and all of that. Find out how much they are sort of doing. You get also how much they are selling the
Yes.
things and things like that. Might not find a perfect fit example, but just make sure that you're not coming in at the highest price. You're making the basic minimum, but you're not coming at the highest
Yeah.
price. So what do you think is next for you? What do you
So
think?
what is next? What is next for me
Yep.
is the trial setup really, and the
Okay.
trial class, because that's just going to give me a lot of data that I need
That's really good.
uh,
That's really good.
to
I still
to
think
to
that one of
start
the things that is next
advertising
for you as
for the
well.
Christmas one.
Sorry, I missed that.
Start advertising for the Christmas one, because with the Christmas one, we want to go in all out. So have a few different dates and times during the Christmas holidays that they can book into. But
Okay.
this trial will tell us whether it's 2 hour slots or 1 hour slots or what have you. Um, so there's a lot hinging on this trial class.
Okay, that's fine. As you're thinking about the trial class as well, start to because Christmas is almost here. So Black Friday is a good time to sell this thing. All right, just
Yes.
guilt trip the parents. You're buying everything for yourself. Have you bought anything for your kids that will progress their life or something like that? And they will
Mm,
buy this. So you want to use that period because by the time it's Christmas, people have already spent a lot of their money on gifts.
mhm.
So you want to do that, and also the next step I also think is thinking about the fact that you want to collect details. All right. So I don't know if if your website is already set up for that, but start thinking about the fact that I want to collect details of people, email, parents, even interest form. All right. So you
Yes.
can start interest so that you can start hammering on the sales and go deeper so that on Black Friday, they're not just scrolling, they're getting emails and stuff. So think about that.
Mm,
Maybe pictures from the what a baking class actually looks like, something like that,
okay.
or why baking, why children that bake, or just do a research, whatever that you can just offer
Mm.
it by email. So I think that's one for you. Bravo. All right, next person. Boom, 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 guys. We have like 18 minutes left, so I need you
Okay,
guys to.
I'll
Okay,
go. Can you hear me? I'll go.
yes, absolutely.
Shall I hear? All right. So I'll tell you about this business that you probably are not hearing. So it's a parenting coaching, or parenting wellness coaching or coach, as
Okay,
well as a digital wellness advocate. So two in one. So the idea is working as a parenting coach
Okay.
as well as a digital wellness advocate. So I'll tell you the
Okay.
aspect of it.
Sorry, just
Parenting
before you
wellness,
go
just
forward,
because.
hold on 1 minute. That's sounding like two things in
So,
my head. But before you go forward, so that we can clarify it, what's your offer based on what we wrote down? What's your offer? Who is it for?
so
That will
I
help.
started with one.
Okay.
I started with one because I realized they're two different things. I've written, I help overwhelmed parents reset and rebuild confidence in their parenting, so they can raise emotionally healthy and resilient children,
Okay.
whilst balancing educational and behavioral demands through my one-to-one coaching or group sessions. So that's one aspect.
Yeah. Okay. So
So
that's one
literally helping overwhelmed. Yeah,
offer.
that's one offer.
Okay.
I haven't written the other ones, but the second one for the digital wellness advocates will literally be to like school heads
Okay.
and community like councils and all that. And it will pretty much be like trying to get into more like school children, especially teenagers who
Okay.
literally are so hooked on like digital devices
Okay.
and how
Let's
to help
let's
them
let's
balance.
clarify that. So the one that you've already written down, because if you use this structure, you can use it for the other one. So the one about overwhelmed
Yes.
parenting. Okay. So um, what are you offering? Cost, templates,
So
one-to-one? How
it
is it?
would be one-to-one coaching, which was what I mentioned at the end, but there'll be courses, one-to-one coaching and group sessions as well, group
Okay.
coaching.
Okay, it's group
So
coaching.
one-to-one based on their family needs. But sometimes, if some people, it might feel like, oh, I don't think I need that. But if you're running something in a group session, then people are more open to say that, oh, I'm not the only one that have this issue.
Okay.
You
All right.
understand what I mean?
So what do you think is the arrowhead? What do you think comes first? Is it the cost or the constant thing is your one-to-one, right?
Oh, the digital, what's it called? The like digital product. So I'll tell you what it is. I write a lot on LinkedIn at the moment, and I could see people that interact with it. And sometimes people come into my DM just to have more conversation. So I feel like a one page or quick two-page document might help sort of like give them a direction to if they really need a coach or not
Okay. All right. So let
before
me
the
let me
coaching.
let me let me come in there. I see what you're saying and I like it, but sometimes when you put too many offers in front of people, either you get a group coaching or a course or a one-to-one, you can offer the three of them, but promote it at three different times. All right. It needs to be clear and
Okay.
simple. So if people are getting your lead magnet for something, which is the digital document, all right, make it focused on something. All right. On your website, you offer all of these things. Absolutely. Do you get?
Mm-hmm.
But make the offer
Yeah.
simple. That lead magnet, okay, fine. Once you get it, I want you can promote in January, you can promote one-to-one to them so that you fill all your one-to-one slots. All right. In
Mm-hmm.
February, you are promoting group coaching. Also make FC to be very
Yes.
systemized and organized. Then you can still offer
Uh-huh.
anybody can go on your website and book any other thing, but you are still doing that. Then
Yes.
you have your lead magnet that continues to feed the system. Then you have your online course for people that don't
Mm-hmm.
that you promote it at another time. So 'cause what we are trying to do here is we don't want to overwhelm. All right. We're trying
Yes.
to keep it
Uh,
simple. So you need a lead magnet, then the lead magnet, the committee or mailing list. Once you start to email them, it's not a one-off information as well. Once you have their email, continue to email them and then offer them, you know, promote if it is one-to-one you want to promote one-to-one in January. Average schedule in February
mm-hmm.
is group coaching. In March, it is the online course, even though you're offering the three. So you still be talking about the three in your content, but the absolute focus will be on one because that's what makes offer very complicated sometimes. So you have to make it as simple as possible. Like this launch lab now is what I've been promoting for the last 2 weeks. I have other things in my business. I have Clarity Stack coaching, I have tech coaching, I have done for you, I have done with you,
Yes.
I have Canva, I have different
Fair
things.
enough.
This is just a
Yes.
focus. So I have
Mm-hmm.
a calendar as well. This is what I want to launch. All right. So I already have something for Black Friday. From November 1st, that's what you'll be hearing about. Everywhere you turn, you'll
Mm-hmm.
be hearing. So by the time it is like Black Friday week, you already know that this is what I'm offering. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. So I hope that helps. Okay, let me go
Yeah.
to the next person.
Thank you.
So that I got short on time.
Really appreciate.
Yeah. So Dami, Kemi,
Um, Good evening, everyone.
Anyway,
To be honest, How do I begin? Okay. This, sorry, trying to remember the first question. Mine, it's uh, a new, it's not a launch, but something that I just want to do as a result of the last 2 months talking to people. So I realized that I have news. To be honest, I've not decided what it is. So that's why I actually thought this session is really helpful. So I'm in a phase of deciding something, but it's for high-end clients and it's gonna be a unique product. So on not on paper. Right now, it's more like if it's gonna be ornament or um sculptural pieces. To be honest, I'm trying to get clarity on it. It's
Okay.
just that I have a new set of clients which I need to present something for. So, say you do pens now, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know if you, well, you've not seen my pens before. So, my pens now, I sell it or I give it out an order. And someone sees it and says, oh, I don't even know the names of what they call it. Monts, Claire,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I'm in where drafting or writing things down to say, okay, this particular,
So you're in ideation. So let me
yes,
help out there. So that makes sense because what
yes,
we said
that's the word.
really sort of helps you, but you are just at the precursor stage of forming that idea. And for ideation stage, I know a lot of people have been, that's like market research. People have been telling you that, oh, yeah, this product and all of that,
Yeah,
they would like to have something more. That's fine. So do your research. Make sure it is something that will not tie you down or tie down your resources. There's a whole lot about ideation. All right.
yeah, yeah,
So sort of figure out that house, figure out how, okay, these people that need it, is it that they need it now or will they continue to need it? Because that's another thing.
yeah,
Some people say, oh, I don't use it. Do you have it? And that's the last time they buy it. All right.
yeah,
So you want to find out that. So there's a whole lot about ideation. So yours is really into the ideation. But once you crack the ideation,
yeah,
all right, and yours is also physical products and all of that, then
yes,
there is a whole lot of is this Shopify you want to use to make things easier for yourself? Is it emailing people so that your launch? Remember, we've talked about this before.
yes,
Your
yeah,
launch, people are already primed and prepared and keeping their money for their launch. This is what you're
yeah,
going to get. Like this Black Friday is your market. Like
yeah,
it's really your market, the way they say it in my language. So that kind of thing. So yeah, you are still in ideation stage, but that makes sense as well.
yeah.
So let
Okay.
me go to Damilola. Hi,
Thank you.
Dami.
Hi, everyone.
Good evening.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi, thanks for having us here today, Tolu.
Yeah.
I was actually invited by Kemi.
Oh, wow. Thank you.
My own product was actually a physical product. I'm
Okay.
into beauty.
Okay.
I do makeup, I sell hair and stuff and all that, and I do like a body cream and which is all natural shea butter and stuff and all that. But for some time now, I just kind of like relax back, like you said. Sometimes you have a business and you just feel overwhelmed and you
Yeah.
just draw back on it, and which has happened a lot. Wanting to do a lot of things at the same time.
Okay.
And you find out at the end of the day, you're not really doing much. A lot happened, and you're just like, okay, let me put it on hold. So at the moment, I'm kind of like reviving all my product back. Looking into a way of marketing, advertising. You're talking about websites now that if you're just starting a business, website is not the first thing you should do.
Yes.
Um, which I quite agree. I've had my business for a while, but it's been dragging, to be
Mhm.
honest. It's been really, really dragging. And I was speaking to Kemi this evening about the business, and I was like, oh, there's um
Is
a
that really?
platform. We need to come and hear this
Yeah.
person, she's really good and stuff and all that. And you're talking about Shopify now. I've
Yeah.
had my husband has built a website which is being like, oh, you have to go on it, you have to start posting on it, you have to, do a lot of stuff, which I haven't really been doing in terms of the tech part of it. And like you said, taking pictures and making sure that you get it perfect and put it out there for people to see. So I'm in that stage at the moment.
Okay.
So that's my own story.
All right.
And
So let me ask you, who your hair and all of that, you've done it. Who are you selling the products? Like you're selling it to product.
yes,
Okay.
yes, I am selling the product.
All right. So is this to Afro-Caribbeans, Caucasians? Who are your
Yes, it's Afro-Caribbean, and now I'm trying to see how I can work on that for now and make sure that I bring in the other culture into it as well.
okay?
But at the moment, I want to build on the Afro-Caribbean, like the wig, the weave-ons, the hair extension, the body
Okay.
cream, which they are all natural. So, yeah,
Okay. And then so
those are
you
my
want to,
plans.
these are products that you will be shipping out to people and all of that.
Yes,
Okay.
yes.
All right, brilliant. So your target audience
Yeah,
is
I do ship it to people. Yeah, I do, post it to people,
okay.
ship it to them and stuff and all that. But a lot has happened over the month, so I kind of like relax part a bit. I still have a lot of products, but
Yeah.
just have to get into the
Okay. So
um
let's sell those products this Black Friday. All right.
yeah.
Let's sell them. All right. So I'm going to give you an assignment. And they will tell you,
Okay.
always give assignments. All right. So
Okay.
just take take pictures of 10 products per day and post them.
Okay.
Post them. This one, take a picture. I'll show you how to do it. Take a picture, and when you want to post on WhatsApp status, right? You can write a
Yeah.
text. You can write a text. So write the
Yes.
price on it, like £25. So you have to make it bold. So if you want to make it bold, you can bold in the text. Do you know how to do that? Do you know how to do that?
Yes.
Okay. So if it's £25 and all of that,
Y-
every day. So have 20 pictures on your phone every day. Post 10 things.
Okay.
Post 10 because you have this product.
Okay.
They have to, because what I can also see is that you need motivation to get back into marketing and all of that. So if you sell 150
Yes.
pounds at the moment per day, you'll be like, kini go. Sorry, I'm already speaking Yoruba. It's just like, what this thing is, if you sell 10, you get, if you just imagine now that every day you post, you're making 150 pounds, 150 pounds, the motivation will come back. All right. So make that
Mm.
a minimum. All right. When you were running it, did you have an Instagram page?
Yes, I do.
All right.
I do. I actually opened the business before, then
Okay.
COVID happened. I run it for a while, then I closed
All
the
right.
business in terms of like
Okay.
HMRC and stuff and all that. So,
Okay. So start to
which is a
just
big mistake.
start with your WhatsApp, right? Start with your WhatsApp and just be posting,
Okay.
right? For 1 week, just be posting. I have this thing
Okay.
to sell. All right. Now, also, one of the things about it is that one of the things about sales, anybody that wants to really sell, we will be dignified, but we will not be. I used to say that if you're going to be a good salesperson, social anxiety will hate to see you coming. So just post. People don't think, and
Mm.
people will think, did I not post this yesterday? It's not their business. Just be posting. You need to make your Christmas hair.
Okay.
Just put one caption. The rest, the front is
Okay.
the caption. The rest is make your Christmas hair. Buy hair now for Christmas and all of that. Since you've had this stuff for
Mm.
a while, they are sitting there. Make it lesser than this thing. For example, interesting that you talked about hair. I'm actually planning to order a £50. Somebody said they are selling extension, one pack of maybe 12 or something like that. That they are selling it. I can't remember how much he said they're selling it. I'm like, that's true. Because if I want to make my hair where I live, I need to go and buy hair somewhere and come. So if you can post it for me for £50, that will last me for how many braids? I'll buy it. Do you get?
Yeah.
So you see, so you never know what people's needs are. All right. And put it there. I can
Mm.
post it to you anywhere in the UK and all of that. So it was that the fact that they can post to me and I don't have, because if I want to make my hair, I'll first have to go to where they want to buy the hair, then come back to where I want to come and make it. Because where I live, they don't really, it's not really close to you get. I have to first go to the
Mm.
village. So there are people that have this need that they are just sitting there in their convenience, just be delivered to them. All right. Calculate shipping fee. Shipping is this thing. If you have 10 people order, put their address on this thing, post office,
Mm.
pay for it. Then you can go to the post office, they will print it out for you and they will just put the label. Or you write their name, go and pay for the postage in post office. Simple.
Okay.
Right? Try to clear the stock that you have. All right. Now, those pictures that you have, as bad as the bad, because I don't want you to stress, set up ring lights, blah, blah, blah. Put it on the website that your husband created first, because he has made a lot of efforts to do that. So put it there, all right, and put it there, all right, for now. But I believe that one of the things is we have to sell from a place of confidence and motivation. So
Yes.
I think that that's very important. So that turnaround is very, very important. Very, very important for me. So I'll say layer on, yeah, use some things from this session and all of that. But I like to tell people the truth. You need to get that motivation back. Is that you need money or you are getting paid? Those are the two things. Is that you need money urgently? I'm like, I need the money. Or people are paying you, are like, this business can thrive like this, then it motivates you to do more. So I want you to start that motivation and you realize that it really works a lot. I hope that
Thank you
makes
so much. Yeah, it does.
yeah,
Thank
I
you.
hope that makes sense. So let's um let's go to my sort of like set of final slides for tonight. And I hope that you can get one or two things from that as well, and then we will call it a day. So let me just go to that. Yes, I hope you can see my screen. Congratulations, you've made incredible progress. I'm so proud of everyone. And that was my goal because I just feel like, I email people every week, 2 times a week and all of that. But I just like feedback. I like them to do the work, to really do the work, to really do the work. So one of the things that I've highlighted here today that I feel like people don't take advantage of is the email marketing, is the template of what do I see? How do I create a lead magnet and all of those kind of things. And that's something I've come up with. And that's one thing I'm going to be selling this Black Friday, all right? And you get the first drip on it, all right? You get the first drip on this. So imagine that launching your offer, everything was written for you, everything was done for you. I have made, because I've done this repeatedly in my business, so I have made some done for you templates that's going to help you in your email marketing, social media captions. I have a 30 days posting that you can do all over again. You can roll it over, roll it over, roll it over, and roll it over. Because a lot of people say content is an issue. And like I said, I don't like business owners becoming content creators. All right. I just prefer that you're able to focus on your business. So I have sales copies, I have funnel, everything organized, and I've called it something called a launch template vault. All right. So this has planning templates in them. These are sales page email templates in them. These are like Shola was asking about opt-in copy. What do I write for them to opt in? This has your lead magnets template in them. Canva mockup. Some people don't know how to use Canva. I have Canva mockup. You just slot in your image, then you can download it. Like it's sort of all done for you, just so that you can focus on the business, not on the content creation or on the writing. As you go on in your business, you will learn. These are things that is already done for you. It's just filling the gap. And I have examples if it is a course, if it is a template, if it is a consultancy, if it is a product. I have several examples of what you can do. So I have all these templates that I've sort of put together. And what happened to my mouse? And uh, you know, like I said, it's perfect for you if you have an idea, no plan. You've launched before, it's chaotic. You want clarity, you want to sell without stress. And I think that's where a lot of people here are. They want to sell without stress. And I understand that because I feel like that stress is what really holds people back. So these are all the things you get inside. Launch clarity worksheets, the work that we've done today, offer clarity, sort of goes into more detail. Your launch timeline. I have a system. I have a system that I've worked with. Is a 3-step, is a 3 week system that I think works, and you get what you're supposed to do every day in your pre-launch, launch, and post-launch. So email sequences. What email do I write to somebody that joined my mailing list? This is it. How do I offer my next product to them? This is it. So I've sort of like written that. Also social media. I wrote 20 social media caption, real scripts, like how to, if you want to do a reel, what are don't just record randomly. Like, okay, fine. It will make your work, it will cut your stress in half because I don't want business owners focusing on content creation when they are not content people. So I put all of this together. And if you join today, if I were to charge for each of these things, it's going to be £879 and thereabout plus, But today it is $47 dollars. If you pay today, it's $47 for this webinar. And also, you get a bonus from me. You get a free strategy session from me. For the Black Friday, anybody that buys this, I won't be offering the free strategy sessions. But if you're on this call and you sort of get this, then you would get my free strategy session alongside this as well. So that's my bonus and that's my thank you for coming today. So I hope that you've been able to get my idea. My mind and my heart is that business owners do not get into unnecessary stress trying to create their business because you still have to think about your main business. So content creation, templates, email, and all of that should not be the thing that then take the time, whereby you can't even focus on the business you want to do as well. So this is my launch with Instain, and this is a product I am selling for my Black Friday. But for you guys, you get it, and then you also get uh, a bonus strategy session along with whoever will really look at what you're doing. We'll talk about it, and I tell you how you can plug in these templates. These templates are, like I said, do you need a website? No, you don't need a website. I don't have an offer yet. Absolutely. Kemi was talking about ideation. This covers you as well. It helps you to really sort of look at the cost analysis of what you're trying to do and all of that. I'm not tech savvy. It's already done for you. You just need to fill in the gap, copy it into your email platform, and you're good to go. So everything is designed for simplicity so that it just makes it really stress-free for you. So you will be able to clarify your offer, which you have done today, but you can do more in, like I said, and also this is something you continue to use over and over again. You will not create more offer in your business. So that's another, I'm happy about someone like Tutu. She was able to like distill it into three things. You will continue to create offer. Maybe the children one will move on to camp, children camp for summer and all of those kind of things. So if you continue to create different offers in your business, you can continue to reuse this template, create your content. That's an area that a lot of people struggle with. And so content creation is a big part of this launch template as well. It's already done for you. It makes it easy. And you can launch with it. So I will drop the link in the chat. Let's go and look at that. I'm just going to try and get you the link now. Go and look at the sales page. You get everything. And it is a pre-sale. It's going to be available from November 1st. All right. So once you get it, the template will be available from November 1st. And also you can book your your session as well. So you can, like I said, if you get it now, you get to get your session as well. You get a digital strategy session with me. So once you pay, you will get an email telling you to book your session, and then you will get your template from the 1st of November. It's fine if you want to wait till you get your template before you do your session. That's fine, absolutely fine. But from November 1st, it is available uh, for you to use and for you to use to make it easy for your business. So yeah, get your access now. I hope that is something that is going to really help you get clarity. I know it's going to help you. It's going to cut your workflow, cut your stress level in half, and then you can launch quicker. And also, you keep this, you maintain your template because it's going to be a whole Google Drive folder given to you. And then you maintain this template, you just use it and over again. So if you're offering offer A, you just copy it, fill in the gap for this one, and then offer B again, you do that. You can use that over and over. It's already written for you. So that's my bit. That's the one I'm sharing with you. I'm just going to put the link to that in the comments. So if you go on my website now, you can see it, and you can be able to pay for it. Just give me 1 second while I pop that in the in the in the chat. Sorry, that's not coming up. So yeah, I don't know if anyone still has any question for me. I'm really happy to answer that before we go, but I think I am happy and fulfilled that oh, maybe I shouldn't say that yet. Let me ask you guys, how did you feel? How did it go for you? Did you enjoy it? Did you get value from it? Coming tonight. Okay. How did you feel? Did you get value from it coming tonight? Oh yeah. Tommy says she did. Thank you. Thank you, Kemi, for inviting her. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. It's always great, and this is how it is, starting businesses I like to do, I just like to show up. I was saying to Shala in the beginning, you just show up and then people, uh, this is like maybe 1/4 of the people that register for this webinar. But yeah, you just show up and that's how business is. One day you're going to show up and 200 people are going to be there. All right. So I hope that also encourages you as a person as well. So I put the link in the chat as well. Uh, so please let me know if you're okay. Yeah, I can say yes, indeed. Yes, thank you. Yes, that was very helpful. Okay, I'm so happy that you got answers, and I hope I spoke a bit more than I wanted to speak, teach, but I didn't really want to teach. I just wanted action, 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 action. So yes, Dami, maybe if you put your number in the chat for me, I'll save you your number so that I'll be checking out on status if you actually post anything. Yeah.
I will do.
So yeah. So ask Shola, I can actually chase people. I can chase them a bit and say, "Oh, I'm not saying what you're posting." All right. I just feel like sometimes we need that encouragement and some level of accountability to actually deliver. Yeah. And if you feel like, you know what, I still need 24 hours, you get my email as well. We'll see what we can do. I can leave it open for that to consider it as well. I know some people wait till when they are paid or things like that. But yeah, this is just my thank you for coming. And this is my own Black Friday offer that I've been working on. So I'm going to actually be launching the offer, thinking about it and then actually release it for the Black Friday week. But by that time, there will be no one-to-one coaching alongside because I'm believing lots of people are going to take it. So thank you so much. It's been great having you here tonight. Any other question before I go? Any question? Okay. All right. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate it. It's so nice
Thank
to
you very much, Lily.
thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. All right. Thank you. Have a lovely night and good night. Thank you. Thank you, Shola.